What up, cousins? It's your girl, the Hood Alchemist, here bringing you the art of transformation infused with so much flavor and so much culture, y'all. That's why I said flavor and culture. Welcome to my channel. Today we are actually starting a new series on the channel. A series that I would like to call Intuitive Therapy. So you're going to have intuitive therapy with your favorite cousin. What's better than that? Isn't that not the best time to open up? Is that not the best time to be yourself, to let loose and be free? So this is the first time that I will be doing this on the channel, and I'm really excited. It's also maybe a little vulnerable for me because this is my work. This is a part of myself that I kind of keep to myself and, and to the people that I'm working with, but I have been told that I need to get over myself, that I need to get out of my own way, and I need to share parts of myself that I haven't necessarily wanted to share before. So we're going to start this off. This is the first episode, and so if you've ever had a reading before, then I feel like there's tons of people on the internet doing stuff like this, but you ain't going to get it done like the way I'm going to do it, okay? So yeah, if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, just stick around just because you like the vibe, okay? Because you like the vibe, okay? But not for real. So it's a little different than my other YouTube videos because I feel like my other YouTube videos, I be talking, whatever, but when it comes to me and spirit, okay, I don't play about that. So this session is going to be serious, but also definitely fun. And so it's also me sharing a different side of myself, like I said, with my channel. So before I do readings, I typically like to ground first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite you to breathe for a second. And from breathing, we will go on to prayer. And from prayer, we will start the session. And in this session, we are going to focus on the state of the collective ego. What it is your ego is trying to tell you, the wounds that your ego is having trouble healing from and letting go of. Because we oftentimes hear people talk about the ego and they make it seem like the ego is a bad thing, but the ego is a part of you. And it's a part of you that you can't just get rid of. It's a part of you that you actually have to learn how to integrate in healthy ways. So in today's session, we're going to focus on the wounds that your ego is kind of speaking to right now, or the things that is being brought up to be healed, so that your ego can go from being a wounded ego to an ego that is healthy and functioning and actually serving you and your gifts and purposes, instead of just blocking you and making you be whack and making you not be everything that you can be, okay? We're not even going to get into all of that. So that's what today's reading is going to be. So we're going to start off with a little breath, a little prayer, then we're going to go into the session, and we're going to end with a little bit of meditation. So if you like all of that, just stay tuned, okay? Let's get into it. First off, I want you to take a deep inhale in. Take a deep inhale in. And sigh it out. And as you breathe, I want you to allow yourself to ground into this moment. To ground into your breath. To ground into your body, into your bones, into your skin. To let the resistance melt away. Any thoughts that want to distract you, to let them melt away. And just allow yourself to be soothed by the tone of my voice and by your breath. So taking a deep inhale in and exhaling it out through the nose. Another deep inhale in and exhaling it out through the nose. One last time, just like that. Deep inhale in. And exhale it out. Go ahead and shake off any energy stopping you from being present in this moment, any energy blocking you from not being open to the flow, not being open to yourself, not being open to your heart. Just gonna release it and let it melt away. And we're gonna do 3 more breaths, but this time we're going to count. And so we're going to inhale for the count of 4, exhale for the count of 4. Okay, so I'm going to count, you're going to breathe. So take a deep inhale in just to loosen it up. And now we're going to begin. So inhaling, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. A few more times. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Take another deep inhale in and sigh it out. And we thank you, 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 we thank you. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you, Holy Spirit. We thank you, Most High. We give reverence and honor. We give reverence and honor to love. We thank you. We thank you, we thank you. I thank you, 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 I thank you. I open my heart to gratitude, I strengthen my heart in gratitude, and I thank you, and I thank you, and I thank you. And even when I don't want to thank you, I thank you, and I thank you, and I thank you, and I thank you again. And I give reverence and honor to the Most High, to love, to divine wisdom and clarity, to love. I give reverence and honor to all that I am, to all that I am becoming and unbecoming, to the honorable ancestors who walk with me, who prayed me into existence. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you, 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 God. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you for this day, for this day, for this breath, for this breath. I thank my angels. I give reverence and honor to the angels, to the energies, to the elements that walk with me, to the water, to the fire, to the earth, to the air that lives within me. I give thanks to my Ori, to my Ori, to my Ori, to the Most High, to the Most High. I give thanks to joy, to love, to joy, to love, to the joy, to the inner child, that lives within my chest, lives within my chest. I thank you, 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 I thank you for this day. I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. I ground into clarity. I give reverence and honor to the keepers of the gateways, to the keepers of the roads, where the roads be open and clear. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you for clarity, for divine wisdom, for divine wisdom. We thank you for clarity, I come to you today, oh God. I come to you today, Most High. I come to you today, love, on behalf of the collective, on behalf of the collective, on behalf of the energy of the collective, of the collective ego, the collective wound that is calling to be healed, calling to be spoken to at this time. To the energy of Chiron in Aries, we give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks to the energy beneath it all, to the lessons, to the wisdom beneath it all. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. We ask that you reveal what needs to be seen. We ask that you reveal what needs to be seen, that you ground us into truth, ground us into divine truth, into the divine wisdom, that you make the way, that you open the roads, that you clear the paths. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you. I speak to the collective ego, to the collective ego, to the collective ego, the core issues that the collective ego is facing. And I thank you, and I thank you, and I thank you, and I thank you in advance for answers. I thank you in advance for answers. I thank you in advance for divine wisdom. for divine wisdom and clarity, for divine wisdom and clarity. I thank you, Holy Spirit. I thank you, 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 I thank you. Speak, speak, speak through me, speak through me, speak through me. Love, love through me, love through me, love through me. Move, move, shift the energy, shift the energy, shift the energy. We thank you for body, for blood, for bones. We thank you for healing. We thank you for the breaking down of strongholds. We thank you for the releasing of blocks. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you for the calling out of demons, for the calling out of demons. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you for the calling out, for the calling out, for the calling out, for the releasing of lower frequency energy. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you for love. We thank you for love. Reveal whatever projections, whatever projections, whatever projections, reveal whatever projections, whatever projections, whatever stagnant energy, stagnant energy, stagnant energy, stagnant energy that the collective needs to be revealed. We thank you, 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 I thank you, I thank you. Internal action that needs to be taken, internal action that needs to be taken, internal action that needs to be taken. We thank you for clarity, 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 we thank you, we thank you. We thank you. I thank you for every person who comes across this video, for every person who comes across this session, for every person that this may resonate with. I ask that you speak to their hearts, God, that you shift the fear, that you shift any hurt, that you shift any pain, that you transmute and transcend, that you give us the courage to break free, the courage to look our shadows in the face, the courage to look our light in the face, the courage. We thank you, 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 we thank you. Any external actions, Holy Spirit, external actions, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you. We thank you for divine understanding. We thank you for divine understanding. We thank you, 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 we thank you. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for the collective energy, for the collective energy. I thank you. I thank you for collective joy, for collective pain. I thank you. What is beneath it all? 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 What is beneath it all, Holy Spirit? What is beneath it all? What do you have? What do you have? What do you have for us? What do you have? What do you have? What do you have? What do you have? We thank you. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you. What needs to be let go of? What needs to be let go of? What people ain't being real about? What people ain't being real about? What are people lying to themselves about? What wounds, what old things, what past issues, what needs to be let go of? What needs to be let go of? What needs to be let go of? What needs to be revealed? What is working out beneath, underneath it all, underneath it all, underneath it all, past what our human eyes can see. Speak, speak, speak to my heart, Holy Spirit. Give me the words that will bring new life, words of a wing and a for you. Love me and care for me, oh, speak to my heart. Ooh, speak to my heart. Yeah, 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 yeah. Speak to my heart. Whoa, speak to my heart. Speak to my heart. Hey, hey! I ain't forget y'all was there. Okay, so Ashe, amen. So it is, so it is. Ashe, 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 Ashe. Oh, we give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks. All right, y'all. I read a little sweat. I read a little sweat. Okay, so I pulled oracle cards. The oracle cards, we're going to speak to the core issue that our egos are facing at this time. The core wound that our egos are wanting to heal, are wanting to reconcile within themselves, but also in society. You know, they want us to do our individual work to figure this out, but they also want us to do the work that it takes to integrate this into the community at large. Come on, because y'all know they say we stepping into the age of Aquarius. Now I know it depends on which astrology you prescribe to, but either way, the Aquarius energy, with the way Saturn has been in Aquarius, Saturn is in Aquarius, this idea of learning how to be an individual while also maintaining community, that is the times we are in, okay? It is about information, it is about technology, but it is also about authenticity. It is about being your true self, being your most real self, your most honest self. And so a lot of times the issues with the ego is the thing that can kind of mess it up a little bit. So today, the thing we're going to focus on for the ego, the core issue that our egos are facing is unity. Unity. Unity, 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 unity. And I like to read because these people wrote these books for a reason. Like, I obviously can give you my spin on it, which I will. Okay? But even when we think about unity, okay? The universe is single, but still hopelessly in love. Ooh, sit with that. Just sit with that. The universe is single, but still hopelessly in love. Never gives up on it. Never does it. Never does. Okay? When you think about unity, there's a difference between unity and solidarity. Okay? Because solidarity requires you to show up in a way where you still show up different. You still show up having all the things that make you you, but coming together with other people. But when you come together in unity, you have to unite. You do in some ways have to become one. And for me, I feel like because we are even speaking about the ego, this is talking about your issues with being able to come into oneness within yourself. Okay? You're not able to come into oneness with yourself. You are not yoked within yourself. Most of us are looking for things outside of ourselves. Even when we think about relationships, we try to find who we're equally yoked with. But it's like, are you even yoked with yourself, boo-boo? Okay? And so, unity. What does it mean to really come into oneness within yourself? You know? To be able to be single and still maintain the energy of like being hopelessly in love, innocently in love, still having all these dreams and visions and thoughts about love. So, and this is technically, I'm gonna read. I like the thing she said about this. I like the one question. What was the one question? I wrote this in my journal earlier when I was reading something. The real thing is asking yourself, are you actually comfortable with all the aspects of yourself? Because it's making me think. I know I keep saying I'm gonna reference the book, but then I just keep getting my own things. And just stay with me, cousin. Don't trip, okay? Don't trip, okay? So we're talking about the ego. Our ego wants to be one within us. Our ego wants to be at peace. And when you think about unity, when you think about having oneness within yourself, it's a matter of like, what aspects of yourself are you still uncomfortable with? What aspects of yourself are you still hiding? Are you still avoiding? You get what I'm saying? Like, what aspects of yourself are you still compartmentalizing? Are you think about roles, you think about when we put labels on ourselves, you think about the fact that you wake up and I wake up and I'm Keisha, but instead of me operating from a place of Keisha, now I'm thinking about being a lover, now I'm thinking about being a mother, thinking about being a daughter, this, that, and the other. And it's like when you compartmentalize yourself into all these different aspects, it separates you from you, okay? Just keep hanging with me, okay? So even what the book says, it says, what type of choices are you making? Are you making choices that are actually positively influencing yourself? Are you comfortable with all the different aspects of yourself? Are you looking for something else outside of yourself to complete you? This is stuff that I've been saying already. I didn't read the book clearly. But are you merely like, are you pretending to be unified with others? That's a good question. Are y'all friends? Are you being fraud? Okay, and I feel like that's a thing that a lot of us don't know how to ask ourselves or be real with ourselves. Or even if it's like, if I decide to go and shape shift every time I see somebody, or for everything that I'm trying to be in, it's like, is that actually me creating a bond or a connection with these people? Like, if you're not being real with all the pieces of you, if all the pieces of you are spread out, then that means everything that you're building, everything that you're creating is also like that as well. You get what I'm saying? saying? This is my first time doing a YouTube reading, so I feel like I wanted to use the book, but I think I'm just gonna not, okay? Because I do that with my stuff, but it's a different energy. But I feel a different liveliness right now. So you think about unity, and then, so I pulled a card for the core issue, for the core wound, and then I pulled a card for the energy that is being projected onto that wound. So the energy that could be coming from you projecting it, coming from outside sources projecting it, it doesn't really matter where it's coming from. These are thoughts and ideas that most likely don't really have anything to do with the issue, but these are the things that like we're distracting ourselves with. And so the card that came up is contentment. And is that not interesting? Is it not interesting? Because it's like your ego is having trouble being real. Your ego is having trouble healing because it does not feel unity. It does not feel oneness within itself. It does not know how to sit still within itself. You, my friend, don't know how to sit with yourself. You don't know how to stand down, okay? You don't know how to be still. You don't know how to not busy yourself. You don't know how to be trying to distract yourself. You don't know how to not go try to focus on everybody else and every other thing. You don't know how to sit still with yourself, okay? You don't know contentment. You don't know what it really means to actually sit in gratitude, because I don't think we recognize when we are telling ourselves we're not content, when we're telling ourselves we're not satisfied, that is us living in lack. That is us buying into a lack mentality. And Eckhart Tolle, one of my favorite authors, he had a quote where he said, to live in ego is to live in a constant state of lack. So why is your ego not evolving? Why is your ego having trouble releasing these wounds and allowing you to grow into this person that it is you really want to be? Because you, my friend, are still not willing to do the work. You're still not willing to sit still and call a thing a thing. You're still not willing to like name stuff for what they are and let it be and let it go. It's like you can acknowledge your negative faults and stuff, but if you only acknowledge it, but then afterwards when any opportunity for growth or any opportunity for somebody else to even be a mirror for you comes up, you defensive, you mad, all they go out the window. It's like people have conversations. You have conversations. But then when it comes time to the actual issues, nothing ever changed. And I feel like that's what I'm getting. That's the energy I'm getting, okay? I'm getting this energy of a person who's not being real, okay? Because even in these oracle cards, true offering came up. What does it mean to be a true offering? To be a true offering means that you are giving all of yourself. Not an expensive offering, not an offering with a big booty, not an offering with a gazillion, billion, trillion niggas on their platform, but somebody who is giving their true self, their all of their self. You know, it's like the person who got $1 million giving somebody money, but the person who got a little bit giving their last. Like, just, you get what I'm saying? Like, just the... So when it says true offering, it says, may I release the fears, illusions, and addictions that keep me from true offering. Did you hear that? The fears, illusions, and addictions that keep me from true offering. So even when you think about unity, even when you think about being one within yourself, what's the stuff that's blocking you from being one within yourself? What's the stuff that your ego calls on to feed you as a distraction? It calls on those fears. It calls on those illusions. It calls on those addictions. Right? Am I not right? So the core issue we're facing here is having the trouble being one with ourselves, having the trouble unifying within and outside of ourselves. Why is that an issue? Because of contentment, because of the ways in which we are still dissatisfied, because of the ways in which we are still not practicing gratitude. And I just want to see what the quote is for contentment, because for real, I really be liking the quotes. I don't gotta keep telling y'all, I don't gotta keep explaining, because that's my business. That's just me, okay? But when they say contentment, it says contentment is criminal to those who worship suffering. You know what that means? That's the person who is walking around smiling and is suffering on the inside. Bro, everything I've been saying, okay? Y'all being fake. You're being fake. You're not healing. You're not moving forward. You're still operating out of ego. Why? Because you just haven't been doing the work. You've been lying about it. You've been fronting about it. You ain't been being real. And you're not fooling anybody. You know? Not even yourself. You're not even fooling yourself. To be honest. To be honest. That's not the word. Basically, it's time to change. It's really time. It's time for our, like, y'all, I don't think we understand how big of a deal. So, okay, so internal actions that could be taken in order to shift this energy is synthesis. When you think about synthesis, it says parts do not make the whole is made of parts. Oh my God, Aquarius energy, okay? What came first, the individual or the community? The community or the individual? In order to have a healthy community, you need a healthy individual, okay? And we have, in our culture, the way we are, we suffer from toxic individuality. We suffer from toxic individuality fueled by codependency, okay? We're all codependent. Most of us do not know how to sit with ourselves. Most of us do not know how to be accountable for the parts of ourselves that matter the most. We can be accountable for a lot of shit, but we cannot be accountable for the truth of who we are, you know? Like, we use perfectionism. We use all of that stuff. Like, a lot of people out here feeling creatively blocked. A lot of people, some of y'all are chilling. Some of y'all are chilling. Some of y'all have been navigating this energy and, like, been getting away with it. But, no, change is here. Change is here. Some of y'all are letting what y'all have accumulated and the roles, the job titles, the money, the number of, like, followers you got, y'all are letting that make y'all think that y'all have been doing the work, and you have not been. You still don't know who you are, and the only difference between you and somebody else is that it's more people watching you not know who you are. And for those people who feel like they not nobody and ain't nobody paying attention in the first place, you on the same playing field, because this is the collective ego, okay? So we all, into some regards, being fraud. We all, in some regards, being asked to step outside of the ways we've thought we've known ourselves, and to be real, to let go of beliefs and personality traits and things that actually ain't serving us or serving the collective. And so when you think of synthesis, it says, to me, synthesis, this is being an alchemist. With this type of energy, this is being an alchemist. This is taking, like, you may not have the perfect stuff yet. Like, even when you think about healing stuff, if you got a negative mindset, if you got a negative thought process or mentality, and you're trying to heal that, it's like, you can't fake it, you know, and you can't just get rid of it, but you have to actually, you have to make the most of what you got. Like, you have to alchemize what it is that you have in that moment in order to make something new. Learning the art of alchemy, you know, like turning your fucking sorrow into joy, you know, like silver into gold, you know, like that's, you know, when you think of synthesis, I feel like what I'm getting, it's interesting. Let me see. Let me see you guys. Yeah. This is some stuff that's not gonna, so change is here. But this is also something that is going to take time. And this is something that is going to require optimism. This is something that is going to require people to really, to get back in your bodies and to really be okay with being still. I know we done had everything happen with, you know, the world is opening back up now, and I know it feels like things are going back to normal, but I still don't think that we as a collective have really taken advantage of the stillness that was brought to us over the past 2 years. I think a lot of us got sat down and have been avoiding actually sitting still, actually getting to know yourself. And I think some of us have been getting to know ourselves, but have still been afraid to allow ourselves to get to know the parts of ourselves that we don't like. the parts of ourselves that it don't matter how you paint it up, color it up, it's not going to sound good because it just wasn't good. Like, some of us really just have trash ass energy that we have to let go of and heal. And the only way you can let go of it is if you own it. You have to own it. You have to bring hope. You have to integrate the darkness with the light. You have to be able to see the light in the dark and the dark in the light. There can't be separation. You know, like, life is polarity. Life is duality. And I think a lot of time when we think about healing our egos, when we think about switching from negativity, we just think that it means we go to the opposite. And that is just what makes us extremists. Like, got a bunch of fucking zombie, like, extremists walking around, zombie monster extremist people who just tripping. This is something that's going to take gradual process, like a gradual attention to the process in order to make progress. And this is something that requires optimism, because there is still a really big sense of just not being grounded and not being like real within yourself, you know? My partner is at choir practice right now. I'm supposed to be at choir practice, so if you hear singing in the background, that is because this is a musical household. I just want to see what these clarifying energies, I just got this deck, so I'm still kind of getting to know. You got the Father of Sticks, Dr. Graham, which is the Hermit card. The 7 and 9 is 7. Seven is completion. A lot of us have been avoiding the stillness. A lot of us have been avoiding the darkness. And I think some of us, I gotta call some of y'all out, okay? Some of us have been moving, and as much as it seems like we have been doing everything right, there has been this is a collective time where everybody across the board, no one is exempt. Judgment is here, okay? Like, judgment is here. And not us needing to judge each other, not us needing to like be creating separation and creating reasons why like we can't see like the differences and the similarities in each other, but the judgment of like, when you think of God, when you think of, is my heart lighter than a feather? When you think of, am I holding on to pain and trauma? It's like, some of you are praying for your partner. Some of you are praying for that job. Some of you are praying for newness. And the only reason why it's not getting to you is because you haven't opened up and made room for it. You know, when I was younger, if I wanted new clothes, my mama always used to make me give away some clothes. And it's like, that was just how it was. And I think we forget that we always, it doesn't matter if your life seems perfect. It doesn't matter if all your dreams are coming true. We are always still supposed to be giving and giving. Getting and giving. You know, like, receive, let go, receive. Like, it's a constant process. And I think we think because we start accumulating and because life starts looking certain ways that we become exempt from that work. And it's a lot of people who I can just see, like, there's still an aspect of the time right now that we need to kind of still be not in hermit mode, but you still need to be reserved. You still need to be checking yourself. You still need to be checking yourself more than you are checking other people. You need to be canceling the bullshit in yourself more than you trying to cancel it in everything that's outside of you. And I think we all at this time need to be letting whatever is coming up in the world be a mirror for us, okay? Be a mirror. If you got an issue with predators and how are you a predator? Ask yourself that question. If you got an issue with being around delusional motherfuckers all the time, how the fuck are you delusional? Ask yourself that question. You know, we have to start having these types of real ass conversations with ourselves, because there is a lot of abundances here. Like, but we are blocking it because we are not really. It's like, okay, when you think about living even in the zombie apocalypse, it's like, you have to make joy. You have to create joy. You have to call upon that. You have to see it, okay? And I feel like a lot of us just have false perceptions of what we think feeling good is even supposed to be. We think feeling good means like nothing hurts, nothing's going wrong, and it's like, no, that's not. We got to start getting real. We got to start really embracing the polarity of things, okay? And it's like, you have to be able to handle the joy as much as you can handle the pain, and you got to stop lying to yourself. I know it sounds kind of redundant, y'all, because I'm like, listen, the energy, all these stars are saying the same thing. Y'all full of shit. Y'all full of shit. And it's time to, I'm not going to say me. I know some of this stuff is speaking to me, but I ain't full of shit no more. I am releasing, okay? I'm letting that go. I'm letting that go because I got stuff to do. And I know that God can't use me if I'm too, cleanliness is next to godliness. Even when you think about releasing, when you think about being able to have unity within yourself, when you think about what it means to really be content, like, you have to cleanse yourself of all the negative stuff, of all the thoughts that's blocking it. Like, your creative blocks aren't. There was a time when something was actually blocking you, but now you are the block. And the only thing that's stopping you from completely removing the block and having everything you need is you keep picking and choosing when you want to do the work. You keep picking and choosing how you're going to do the work. You keep picking and choosing if you think the work is worthy enough to be done. And that's where the problem is coming up. That is where the problem is coming up. Now it's going to take some time for us to really, like, be strategic, to be okay with being a lone wolf, but to know how to, like, our loneliness right now is our protection. It's not because we are meant to be alone. It's because we have things we are healing. We are transforming. We are shedding skin right now. We are butterflies, like, about to emerge from the freaking chrysalis. Like, this time is it's significant, and it is divine, and it is something that we can't keep running from. Like, we are turning over a new leaf. Like, your reparations for yourself are here, you know, like, and the only way you're going to get that real stuff is if we can be open to, like, the stuff we really need to be real with about ourselves. We need to be open more to constructive criticism. Be open more to feedback. Be open more to other people's perspective. You should be more grounded in yourself, that somebody else's perspective shouldn't just throw you off. You shouldn't be taking everything personal at this point. And you shouldn't be making stuff about you only in the ways to where it makes you a victim, or it makes you being able to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the, no. Like, now you need to be able to see your light and your dark. You need to be able to see the light and the dark within yourself, period. There's no more. Like, there's no more of this. There's no more of this. Because it's time for us to be a true offering. It really is. It really is. I feel like I want to say more, but there's not really much more to say, you guys. Change is here. Change is requiring all of us, okay? You need to get real about your goals. You need to get, not your goals, you need to get real about who you are so that everything else in your life can transform and change and meet you there. You know, like, we have been catching up to ourselves, but now it's a time we got to put the work in. Saturn, God, all the things is asking us to show up. It's time for you to show up for yourself. It's time for you to show up for your life in a way that you have never done before. It's time for you to imagine yourself new. Be something new. We are all being called to be something new. And the crazy thing is, the something new is something old, though. Because if you quiet your voice, if you quiet all the naysayers' voices, if you quiet all the roles and all the labels and all the things you've placed on yourself, and you just listen to what your spirit has been echoing to you and calling out to you for so long, it's familiar. It's not going to be something that you ain't never heard of. It's just going to be something that you haven't had the courage to lean into. And now is the time and the season for us to lean into the things that our inner child, that our younger selves were fearless for. That the parts of us, before we knew the trauma, before we knew to judge ourselves, before we knew to have shame around what it means to be a human. Okay? That's what it is, y'all. That is exactly what it is. Our humanity is at stake, and it's because we're the ones sacrificing it. We have to reclaim what it means to be human, okay? We have to get back to that oneness within ourselves. We have to find contentment and joy in our own experiences again. We have to be able to synthesize and to alchemize all the things around us. We have to be inventors again, thinking about Aquarius energy. Being able to visualize, being able to imagine. Your imagination does belong to your inner child. And so if you really want to release the blocks, if you really want to see yourself be the person that you always wanted to be, if you really want to be a true offering to yourself, to your work, to your family, to everything that you have been called here to do, to everything that you have chosen even to do, then you have to allow yourself to just get out the way. You have to allow yourself to be human again. That's really what it is, y'all. To be human again. And know that in you being human, that does not sacrifice your gifts. That does not sacrifice your spirit. That does not sacrifice your connection to magic, to none of that. It deepens it. It roots it. It gives it purpose. Okay? Yes, so right now our egos are asking us to be human. Our egos are asking us to allow ourselves to open our hearts to our own humanity, to open our spirits, to open our breaths, to open our voices to our own humanity, to be human. What's that Michael Jackson song? Human? I really can't think of it. I keep thinking of Man in the Mirror though. I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. Yes, it's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. Yes, y'all. We gotta be more human. And the only way that we can really embrace that humanity within ourselves again is if we actually start looking at ourselves in the mirror. You know, and not needing other people to be the mirror. That's the thing. You know, it's a time where you shouldn't need outside mirrors even. It's good that those things are a reflection because those are reminders. But you need to have the courage and to have the fucking, like, show up for yourself. Be your own mirror. Be your own mirror. Know who you are. Good and bad. Okay? And be able to know that stuff without it having to be filled with all the drama and all the bull crap, okay? Like, now is the time to not be afraid to look into your own eyes. For once in your life, it's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. I think that's all I got for y'all today, though. But this was fun, yo. And if you like this, you know, if you're already a subscriber to my channel, I appreciate you. If you just found me and you watched this video and you stuck around, drop a comment below. Let me know what you thought. You know, let me know if you would like to see more content like this from me. It's coming anyway because it's my season. And I was a little bit all over the place because it's my first time doing it live, you know, on the camera without actually talking to nobody, but actually talking to somebody because I felt y'all, I feel y'all. But just stick with me, y'all. Stick with me. Because I guarantee I'm going to be your favorite cousin when it's all said and done. Okay? I guarantee when it's all said and done, I'm going to be your favorite one. Yeah. Who said something about my underarm hair? Bitch, you ain't never seen a real woman before? Rosemary, tell them. Rosemary said your hair down on me. I know. I know. I know. You should look with a baby. You should look with a baby. And I think that's it, y'all. I think that's it, y'all. Moral of the story, your ego is asking you to be human. To stop blaming it for all your problems and all the bullshit. And to be human. To embrace. To accept yourself, okay? To let your confidence be something real and not something rooted in baloney, okay? And tomfoolery. In order for you to really find unity within yourself, in order for you to really have contentment, in order for you to feel like that abundance can come to you and flow to you, you gotta start within, shawty. You gotta actually get out the own way. And you gotta admit first and foremost that you was ungrateful in the first place. A lot of people doing gratitude work before ever even acknowledging that they was ungrateful. And it's like, hello, can't do that. It's not how it works. So again, if you enjoyed this session, drop a comment below. Like this video. Yeah. But let's breathe and end it out, you know. I'm just gonna do a little chanting and just a little breathing meditation. And I'm gonna send you on your way. And I appreciate you for watching. You know, it's the Hood Alchemist, your favorite cousin, okay? Let's take a deep inhale in. We are going to activate the chakras and then ohm it out. Lam, bam, bram, yam, ham, om. Lam, bam, bram, yam, ham, Lam, bam, bram, yam, ham, So it is. I love you, cousins. And we out.